welcome back to this second, I believe, video. There is a failed attempt in between here, so I'm starting again. So hopefully there's not too much discontinuity here. The part that we're moving on to here is filling in the bottom, the plug. If we look at this guy, maybe, where is it? There we go. We see here that this is plugged at the bottom. There's a convoluted bottom that the third video we'll get into. There's also these holes on the side, oh no. So let's go ahead here and do this in order. So the plan for this video is to get the plug in, and those holes are the ports. Now we've got some sketches we can use, maybe. So let's reuse sketches where we can. I'm gonna reuse this guy here to draw the plug, edit the sketch, have a look. Keep in mind we have nominal wall thickness here. So our plug, we can use a simple rectangle to get started. It's 13 high. And where is it? Well, we thickened this edge in a previous video. So let's do a dimension here. From this plug to the midline of what will eventually be our shell is NWT, which we should have still, divided by 2. 3/4 of a millimeter. Good. That's fully defined again. Nice. But it is kind of pushed in and welded. Strangely on the inside part, and this is probably just a manufacturing ease detail. There's a small fillet. It's visible on the part on the inside. Now, secondly, there's a hole that has to go through here. These are mounted onto secondary bits or sort of center bores. There's a threaded hole in here. It's tempting to do this all in one chunk, so why not? The hole, we're going to use an M15, has a chamfer at both ends. So let's go ahead here and start dimensioning this guy. Just out of interest, how far apart is this right now? We need quite a bit more than that. So let's pull it out and then dimension it. So let's start here with even, say, just a 10. It's maybe part of a casting. This is quite large, 45, and it's probably, as far as I can tell, it's hard to measure. I'm trying to get it here. It's about 18, I believe. Could be 17 or so. This one's quite a bit smaller. Center line. This one is, I believe, around 17 or so. Maybe even 16. Let's try that. Right now you can see it's perpendicular. As far as I can tell, that's correct. So I'm just trying to get things organized. There's our plug shape, this here. Now if we want to make this so that we can only pick it in one easy sweep, we can turn this line to construction. Oh, but this guy blocks it, so there's no need. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna finish our sketch. A whole bunch of work happened in surfacing in here. We're gonna come back into that. But for now, let's do a revolve in the solid way. Let it join, because we're actually trying to get this to be all one part. Say okay. While we're at it, let's leave the hole. There's a hole coming. Holes and chamfers and all that stuff down in here. So we'll do that last, or later. There's our plug. Now let's have a look at our inside. We're probably going to be wanting to look inside this section analysis. So let's go for something along the right. Already have it. There's our plug with the sketch. It's all fine right now. Perfect. Next. So keeping that all in mind. Just looking here, a little bit of planning. Next plan is to do the openings. The one that I have is it's nothing to do with the photo, the random photo I found online. But we do have some shapes in here. So I'm going to go ahead and reuse this tooth sketch for that. Now, I've done this before. It kind of went wrong a couple times. I'm going to try and keep it aligned with the origin in this case. So just starting off with a line and a rectangle of all things. This is all construction. It's the only way to keep it under control. Put that on the midline at the top. Now, there's going to be a bunch of stuff inside of here. So we've got a kind of a rhombus shape. Again, sometimes it's the one thing. There's some things that annoy me in Fusion. This is one of them. When you hit a vertex, it stops the line tool, which it's not a big deal. Like, we can survive. Going to keep these under control as we go. Normally I do the old let's get everything set up constraints wise first. This time I'm doing dimensions as we go. Don't worry about this edge yet. We're not sure of the angle yet, so that's the dilemma. So this angle is unknown. So just trying to keep things smooth. The other dimension I have, or I know of, is from the bottom of the tooth to this guy is around 5 or 6. I think it's 5. It's hard to tell. Again, we're going to do this on purpose, but we're going to find out at the end. It's not really the shape that we need. So following along, next, another sort of similar shape. It'll give you some help here. I want to go from there down to not the middle. Nice one, Colin. Let's build that this way. Getting some parallels. Some little things go off kilter from time to time. You know, it depends. If you want to delete these, you can. It's entirely up to you. So to me, horizontal's already there. So trying to get everything organized. Keep things as we go. And what I want to do is actually snap this to the bottom here. This is 10 across. And it's 20 long. Sorry, looking at it. Don't try to get the right one there. 20. And the entire box is 33. Now, it's not bad. Let's see if it works. There we go. Now, one thing that it seems to be doing is, as we pull it around, this vertex is actually aligned with the bottom. So we can put it on the edge of this box, rectangle. That should stiffen it into fully constrained, if we're lucky. We're going to find out this is not quite the right size as we go along. So we're going to end up adjusting these two guys, the 5 and the 33. Nonetheless, our sketch is in. There we go. That's the problem. It sticks into the plug. This is no good. It's tempting to get all panicked. Like, let's just change the cuts. So show dimensions in the sketch. It's kind of like going in outside of history. And 5 doesn't look too bad. This is way too high. Let's try 30. No, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Finish with that. So 5 and 30. Finish the sketch. Our sketch is already finished. What do we do next? Well, that's where the rub starts. Right, so it's tempting to just use this as an extrude, cut right through in the solid modeling sort of way. No, we're going to get really carried away here and do something else. So where's our extrudes in the surface side of things. That's right there. So I'm going to pull my history back to here. You can roll a history marker here. Got some bodies. The analysis is screwing up. The sketches aren't helping here, so let's hide the sketches for now. Right, this is where, and this is before that pattern. Right, so let's do a couple more extrudes. Show the profiles. That's not the right one. There we are. So we can do the same here. Let's do another extrude. Maybe we can do extrudes on everything at once. Nice. Good. That's good. Pattern still intact. We do need to pattern these guys though as well, because we want the same to be on both sides, but it's mirrored by going around the revolve. So let's do another pattern. Circular pattern. Bodies. Which ones? Those two. Axis. Z. 2. Okay. Now we go ahead here and start trimming all these surfaces with the two guys to make the teeth in the previous video. Let's add some more trim, or let's add some more splits in here. So let's figure out which is which here so I can kind of hide some stuff. That's body 4. That's body 6. Right, we've got this delete surfaces coming up, so we'll do that later. So these guys are 24, 25, and 26, and 27. So let's try doing this split. Now you can't I've had problems going around the corner, like around the revolve with one split, so we'll have to do this in 2 steps. Split tool. What did we say? 24 and 25. Repeat. Body 29 again. And this time it's 26 and 27. There we go. Now let's turn everything on, and this will be a little painful. We have to add more stuff to this cut, to, what's it called, officially, surface delete face. Now be careful not to remove anything. Right now I'm at 14 on some of those guys, 4 more, and then another one on the inside to get rid of the hole. Should see that. For those, if you're following along exactly, 34 faces is what you should be seeing. We're left with these 2 teeth. Perfect, that's our pattern. There it is. Now, we need anything else? No, not really. And if we're lucky, which I hope we are, we've stitched and then we thicken. We should just see the same thing, but with these holes. Next, we've got that revolve for the plug. Nice. Nice. Now, before we finish this video, let's just finish up these holes correctly. We're going to move it into tertiary territory here. So tertiary features, I'm going to do a fillet here. And I want to keep it at the back in case I want to reuse it. This one is going to be 1.5 millimeters. There's our preview. Hold down either in the Mac, which I'm in right now, either use the command. If you're in a PC, it's going to be Control. Should be 8 so far. On the other side, the same. Try and get them all at once this time. Turn off preview. You can select right through because it'll let you. But don't pick the whole face, it won't work. It'll just round into the hole. Should be seeing now 16 edges. So 4 times 2 times 2. And nice. There we go. Getting along. We'll save it there. Actually, I'm going to call it save here, mass is 3 or whatever I'm at. And say okay. I'm going to stop the video there. We're going to move on to, and the next one, and the last one I hope, this end effect here. So thanks for watching. Over to you. See you in a moment.